This video is to show you how to make the website and to type the code that is on page 27 in your textbook. So the only thing I have done so far is I have started Notepad on my computer. And before I type anything, I want to go ahead and save it. I've already created my folder structure in the previous video. So if I do File and Save As, I'll just show you where it's saved at. On my desktop, I have a web design folder, and I'm going to save this in chapter 1. And the name I will give this is page 27. And remember, you need to remember to put .html at the end, so this way we can view it in the browser. So I just named the file name page27.html because I'm only typing what's on page 27 in here. And then I will click Save. All right, and then I need to type what's in the top image on page 27. They have two images on here. They have the HTML code on top, and at the bottom they have the result. So I'm going to type the opening tag, which is HTML, which indicates that this needs to be read as a web page. And then our top section is going to be called head. And in the head section, I will put my title tag. And I'll end my title and then end my head. So to go over this, our head section is going to be at the top of the page before your body. So think of it just like your own body that you live in. You have your head on top and your body's underneath it. Inside the head section is going to contain all the information about a page. It's not going to be shown inside the browser window. And you will typically find the title tag inside of the head. This is going to show on your web page, on the tabs that you would view in your browser of your page. And we'll see where that is once we view this in the browser. We always want to have a head section with a title. It gives more information about the page for us. Then after that, I'll start typing the rest. Remember, you don't need to worry about indenting, like how it's HTML, then head's indented a little more, and the title's indented a little more. You can put those extra spaces in if you want to, but it's not going to make any difference to your page. So we need to do our body and then H1 and our H1, and then I will also type the small paragraph they have. So after this paragraph, you notice my text wraps down to the next line. If you click Format, make sure your word wrap is on if your font is too large. That way it will wrap to the next line. Otherwise, you'll have to scroll to the right all the time, which will be really annoying after a while. So I ended my paragraph tag, and then I will end my body, and then I will also end my head as well. So everything inside of the body tags is going to be displayed in the main browser window. So I have this here. I'm going to save by just doing Control S on my keyboard. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this for a second. If I open up my web design folder in chapter 1, I will see my file for page 27. So I'm going to double click it, and then I can view, oh, I spelled body wrong. I spelled it biddy. That's embarrassing. So when you make mistakes like that, like I just did, I'm going to go ahead and change it here in Notepad, and then I'll save it. Go into my web browser, and I can either hit reload this page, the refresh button, or I just like to hit the F5 page. And always make sure you check it in the browser. I can see my title appearing up here. It says this is the title of the page. Yes, it is. We also can have these little icons here. It's called a favicon. We add those later. You can see, like for PowerSchool here, there's the P. And it just looks nicer. So this web page is done. One thing, when you make changes in Notepad, in order to view it in the browser to see your updated changes, you will have to save it in Notepad and then refresh your browser like I did. And remember, I only view it in the web page, not in Notepad, so make sure you view it in the browser before you turn it in.